Welcome to a training where you're going to learn the process and understand exactly how you can follow the success system in Validus to achieve your goals, dreams, and desires. This is our training, so I encourage you to have a notepad and pen, take notes, and listen back so you're able to receive every nugget that's going to be able to help you progress on your journey. Now, we understand that Validus has a three-part quadrant. We have the education, which is our V mastery, where people are able to gain education in crypto, forex, blockchain, personal development, and so much more. The educational library here at Validus continues to grow all the time, meaning the earning and learning possibilities truly are endless. With our financial side, which is the compensation plan, where you're able to leverage the business plan to be able to earn an additional income on a weekly or even on a daily basis. And then we have our community, where you're able to earn V-wards, as well as be able to communicate with people from around the world on what is taking place in the currency market. So Validus is a one-stop shop to learn, to earn, and to be amongst incredible people. But I want to encourage you, first and foremost, is in order for you to excel in this industry, in the industry of network marketing, that does over $250 billion annually, and revenues more than Bollywood, Nollywood, Hollywood, and the National Football League all combined, there has to be a paradigm shift in our thought process. You see, many people believe things are too good to be true. And that is true in every area of life. It's too good to be true to become a professional athlete, or too good to be true to become a global singer, or too good to be true to become an entrepreneur millionaire. Now, these are things that many of us have been told from our youth. And the reality is, it is true and it is possible. And more importantly, it's impossible for you. You are able to achieve your goals, dreams, and desires when you begin to change the way that you think. You see, if you change your mindset from I can't to how can I, you're going to begin to take the necessary steps to getting to where you want to be. Now, does this mean that success is overnight? No. But the moment you have a paradigm shift and change your thought process, which changes your level of belief, then your reality will also change as well. You said, instead of worrying about what you can't control, channel your energy to what you can control. You see, the beautiful thing about this opportunity is you can choose to leverage the education provided by the leaders. You can follow a success system. You can begin to achieve your goals. So have a growth mindset. Have an attitude and a mentality that I am going to become good at this. Decide to go pro. Decide to become a professional. Does that mean that this now becomes your fundamental focus? No. But deciding to go pro, meaning that you're going to do it properly. Whatever time you devote to this business, whether it's an hour a week, an hour a day, or even 30 hours a week, you can make this a profession that can truly transform and revolutionize the quality of your life. So let's talk about team building, because in this industry, we earn income through two means. Number one, acquire a product or service. And number two, sell a product or service through a distribution of people. As John Paul Getty, the world's first documented billionaire, said, I'd much prefer to get paid 1% on 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. The greatest business model in the world today is franchise. And network marketing is based upon that franchise business model. And it's so impactful that some of the largest corporations and organizations in the world are now adopting the network marketing affiliate program style to be able to build their own businesses, because it has been working now for almost 100 years, generating billions on a yearly basis. So there are 4 steps. Well, the first 4 steps. Number one is a name list. You see, you're now involved in the business. You've purchased your package. Hopefully, you're utilizing the education. But the next step now is to build the team. You want to create a list of names. Now, sometimes we call this a VIP 100 list. The thing about this list is you do not want to prejudge. Your family members and friends, your work colleagues, people at your local place of fellowship, your gym, people that you see leisurely, people that message you happy birthday, social media, whoever it may be, add them to this list, because it is our responsibility to share the information. It's their responsibility to then decide whether they want to get involved or not. You can never force anybody to get involved, but what you can do is share the information with them. So number one is create a list. Number two is then edify. Your ultimate goal is to edify the presenter. The easiest way to build this business is to take all pressure off you and leverage an expert. So edify somebody else. Do not try to present when you're inviting somebody. Thirdly, you're sorting, because you're going to come across different types of people and you're looking for the right person that's going to really take this business and build it so that they can, of course, build their empire, and you're also going to build your own empire. And finally, launch plus duplication. You want to launch your business. Don't just get started, but launch your business. Like any other traditional business, like a restaurant, there's usually a pre-launch where they invite the entire community to try out that new product or that new meal. Well, you want to do the same thing with your Validus business. You want to launch it. And you want to launch in such a way that when anybody else gets involved, they can do the same thing. A great method to launch your business is having an online Zoom meeting or having a home meeting, because this is something that anybody in the world can do. Anyone can use their phone and have a Zoom meeting as long as they have internet, and people can always introduce people to their house. So prospecting lists, edify the presenter, sort, find the people that are right for your business, and then launch your business. Showcase to other people in a way that other people can also replicate. So when it comes to creating your list, like I said, you do not want to prejudge. But what you do want to do is within your first 24 to 40 hours, is you want to invite the closest 10 people to you. The closest, the nearest and dearest. The people that you don't need to oversell or you don't need to go into too much detail, but they're going to come along just because of their relationship with you. This might be your best friend. This might be your parent. This might be your child. This could be anyone that you deem as somebody that's close. You want to have them at the top of your list because those first 10 people are the ones that you want to introduce. Now, if you have more than 10 close people, then by all means, but aim for a minimum of 10 people that you want to invite to a presentation within your first 48 hours. But remember, do not prejudge on your list. Now, when it comes to inviting, there's a 3-part system. You see, invite plus edify, but remember, you're not presenting. Your responsibility when it comes to inviting somebody to the presentation is to be able to send an invitation to the presentation so that they can receive the information. You see, if you begin to now present before they've come to the presentation, you can actually cause more harm than good. Why is this? It's really important for you to understand, because what you may like about the business might not be what attracts them to the business. So what you want to do is give them an invitation so they can see the entire opportunity for what it really is. The easiest example I can give to you here is a movie. If your favorite movie has just come out and somebody now tells you exactly what happens and how it's going to end, you no longer want to spend your money to go and watch the movie because somebody's ruined it for you. Well, when you tell somebody about the entire opportunity and they've not come and seen it, you've ruined it. You've ruined that movie. You've taken away that spark, that wow, that what next factor. So remember, you want to edify your leader. Your leader is the person that's going to be doing the presentation, because this is how you're going to build trust and respect. The person that you're inviting will trust you because they know you, but they may not respect you in business, nor respect you starting an online business, because this is not what they may know you for. So when you edify somebody else, they're now going to trust them because they trust you, but they're going to respect them because of what you said about them. So remember, you, your leader, and your contact or prospect. You're going to contact your prospect or contact with a phone call. And phone calls are always best because through messaging, messages can be lost, misunderstood, and people can see it as spam. So the greatest way to be able to have a great feedback is always through a phone call. You're going to pick up the phone, contact your prospect, and solely let them know the time, the date, and who's going to be conducting the presentation, and share a few good words. So I'll give an example. If I was inviting my friend Bob, I say, hey Bob, how are you doing? Bob, I hope you're doing really well. I haven't got long, but the reason why I'm reaching out to you is I've come across an incredible business I think we can both benefit from. In fact, my mentor, Danielle, has got a wealth of knowledge and experience in this industry. He's currently helping thousands of other people to be able to achieve their financial goals, learn a new skill set, and make an additional income. And tomorrow at 7 p.m., he's having a call to be able to break down this business. Would you be free Bob to find out more. Now, based on that, I've not said anything about what the company actually does, but Bob's now going to be more inclined to want to find out more. Now, what happens if Bob goes, well, what is it about? Great question. Danielle, the expert, is going to explain it all tomorrow. Can you be free tomorrow for 25 minutes? Now, you can use that for a global weekly call. You can do it on a one-on-one call. You can use that inviting method anyhow, anywhere, even for a home meeting. Now, remember, we're sorting and not selling. Now, there are 3 types of people you're going to come across. 20% of them are going to be what we call green apples, 80% red apples, and 0% brown apples. Now, what does this mean? This means where you spend your time. A brown apple, let's do the brown apple first. The brown apple is somebody that has no interest. They're quite negative, quite skeptical, they're quite reluctant, they don't want to do the business, and they want to almost talk you out of achieving your own goals or dreams. Now, sometimes this might be someone that cares about you, someone that you care about, but they're going to judge the business with a lack of knowledge. And be careful, because educated people can sometimes sound smarter than they really are. Just because somebody has a good background or is in a financial service, it doesn't mean that they're qualified to tell you about how good Validus is. Remember, you've seen it and you've experienced it. They haven't. So if somebody is a brown apple, a rotten apple, just negative, invest no time with them in regards to business. Still be their friend, but don't even mention Validus again until you, of course, achieve your next rank where you can share your success story. Well, the red apples, you want to spend 80% of your time with these people. These are people that see the opportunity, they grasp it, they're visionaries, they're ambitious, and they also want to grow with you. You want to spend the majority of your time with these people. They are what you call the heartbeat to any business. They're the people that are going to drive it, they're going to work it, and they're going to build it. And this is ultimately going to enable you to achieve your goals. And then we have green apples. Now, the green apples are kind of in and kind of out. They see the opportunity, but they have questions. That's fine. Now, you don't want to spend all your time with the green apples because it's non-income producing, which means it's not helping you achieve your goals. But you do want to spend a little bit of time with them because there may be a few words that you can share that will make them a red apple. So the best thing to do with a green apple, when they've seen the business and they're interested, is if they have questions, get an expert, get your leader onto a 3-way call with them, or invite them to our training so that their questions can be answered. So 20% of your time with those that are half in, half out, 80% of your time that are in and committed, and no time with those that are negative. Now, we have an incredible compensation plan. Learn it, teach it, and it will make you a fortune. Now, I want to talk about the degrees of separation, because the way that you benefit from a compensation plan is through building a team, through people. But did you know that you're just 6 people away from anyone else in the world? You know somebody that knows 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 Bill Gates, or Warren Buffett, or Carlos Slim, or Donald J. Trump, or Oprah Winfrey. You know somebody that knows somebody else. You see, all of us in this world, we are all connected, and we all have a network. Even if you only knew 2 people, those 2 people know at least 2 more that know a few more people. The beautiful thing about the world, and especially the internet, it's made the world an extremely small place. But what we need to do is take that step to be able to introduce somebody that is going to be open to introducing somebody else. So the first income is direct sales. Now, we do have a compensation plan document and a more detailed compensation plan training that you do have access to. But I am going to go through the compensation plan in its foundational elements so you can understand the income streams outside of your loyalty rewards. So direct sale, you would earn 10% of the value of the package in points for the member that you've personally sponsored to the business. Now remember, 1 point is equivalent to $1 US. If you introduce somebody on a $10,000 package, 10% of 10,000 is 1,000, you would receive 1,000 points. That is equivalent to $1,000 that can be withdrawn on a week-to-week basis. Let's say you introduce somebody else that got on a $5,000 package. You'd receive 500 points, which is once again equivalent to $500. That now takes you to total to 1,500. There is no limit to the number of people that you can introduce, and therefore no limit to how much you can earn in direct sales. Secondly, we have network bonuses. This business is a binary structure. You're only building a left and a right team. In this income, you can earn up to a maximum of 30,000 points per week, which of course is equivalent to 35,000 US dollars. And this is accumulated by your team's volume. Every week, you would earn 10% of the weaker team volume, and any remaining volume will carry over to the following week. So let's say you had a left team and a right team. Your left team did 80,000 volume. Your right team did 100,000 volume. The weaker team is the 80,000. You'd make 10%, which is 8,000 points. And then there's still 20,000 left over in the difference between the 80 and 100, which will carry over to the following week in your stronger team. Every week, this volume will reset, and you're now able to earn new bonuses, up to 35,000 points per week, which is equivalent to $35,000. Now we have the matrix. The beautiful thing about the matrix is this isn't something that you now have to build. Once you're qualified, the matrix is going to grow based upon the growth of the company. You see, it's automatically filled in by the company on a 3x3 tier system, left to right, top to bottom. And for every member that joins the matrix in your matrix structure, you earn $1 a day. Now you can earn a maximum of 12 levels in the matrix, which is actually up to 787,160 points per day. So let's now really dive into this and really break this down into even more detail. So on level 1, there'll be 3 people. The next people that get involved will join on level 2 until that has 9 people. Once that level is completed, it'll go down to level 3, 27, so on and so forth. As of today, being the 22nd of February, 2023, we're currently on level 8. Just so you're aware of where we're at, and there are over 400,000 current active members in the company. And this matrix is grown on a day-to-day basis. So if you were to qualify now, let's just say you qualified at level 8, please find out what level we are in the matrix if you have seen this post the 22nd of February, 2023. But for this demonstration example, if you got involved at level 8 in the matrix and the company now got down to level 12, that will be 4 levels for you. That will therefore put you in a position to earn 120 points a day. That's 600 points a week. That's more than 31,200 points a year, just based upon 4 levels alone. Now, of course, the company matrix will continue growing. So you'll then get to level 5, which is now $363 a day, 363 points a day, 1,815 points a week. That's over 90,000 points a year. And of course, a point is equivalent to a US dollar. So the question is, how do you qualify? Well, you would need to have a $5,000 package. This cannot be 5 $1,000 packages or a $2,000 and $3,000 package. This must be a one-time purchase of a $5,000 package. Now, you don't have to start with that package. You can start with, let's say, a $100 or a $1,000 package, any package. But when you want to get into the matrix, you would need to purchase a $5,000 package. And then you'll need to have $15,000 in packages in your direct sponsor volume, meaning the people that you personally introduce, their direct sponsor volume comes to 15,000. So let's now go on to our 4th income. It's the passive 30. And for me, this is what we call financial security and stability, because you're now going to earn a passive income on the 1st of every single month for work that you've done one time. You do a job one time in this business and you're paid for the next 13 months minimum. Every time you earn a bonus, 70% will go to your active wallet that you can withdraw that same very week. 30% will go to your passive wallet, and this will be paid out to you 10% a month for the next 13 months. The company, in fact, are going to give you an extra 30% to make up those 13 months. So let's say, for example, you made $10,000, 7,000 goes to your active wallet, 3,000 goes to your passive wallet. They're going to give you an extra 30%, which is $900. So that's now 3,900. And that now works out to 300 every single month for the next 13 months. Now let's increase it. Let's say you earn $250,000. Well, 30% of 250,000 is now 75,000. Now they're going to add an extra 30% on top of this, which is actually 22,500, giving you a grand total of 97,500. Now, you're actually going to be earning this over the next 13 months. So that's going to be 7,500 a month, every month for the next 13 months minimum, once you've made $250,000 in bonuses. And there are people in this company making so much more. So it goes to show that in this business, you're able to earn incredible bonuses, refer people, benefit on the growth of the company through the company matrix, and all whilst building a passive residual income. Passive or residual income is the concept of doing something once and getting paid for it continuously. In this case, on the first of every single month. If you was to earn a bonus in the month of January, you would receive your first passive reward on the 1st of March. Now we have our ranked rewards, where you're able to rank from Jade all the way up to Crown Diamond. This is based on accumulating volume and helping other people achieve ranks. Jade is 5,000 volume left and right team. Sapphire is 20,000 rank volume left and right team. Ruby is 80,000 volume left and right team. Emerald is 250,000 volume left and right team. And you must help at least 2 people achieve the rank of Ruby. They're ranked advanced all the way up to Crown Diamond, and there are rewards to be received when you achieve these ranks at the next event, from an Apple Watch to an iPhone to a MacBook to an all-expense paid for retreat to a bar of gold to a watch and a luxury sports car. Now, there are some common excuses that we sometimes hear. And I say excuses because there is an answer to them. You see, you're going to hear sometimes people say, hey, look, I don't have time. I don't have time to do Validus. Well, here's what I would love to provide and give you a response to. You see, Validus can provide you with more time. If you don't have time, that's why you need Validus, so you can have more time, so you can have time and money combined. You see, the reality is this. If Validus could help you earn passively your cost of living, would this be for you? For most people, absolutely, because then they can now work less hours and probably have a better quality of life. Well, that is what we want to share with people. This is an opportunity not to take away from somebody's life, but to be able to give back. And often that is giving back time. Now, what happens if you have a full-time working mother? Well, understanding building something for your children is attainable throughout Validus. Some often not attainable through somebody's job. Unfortunately, most people are not able to give their job to their children, or by the time their children are of age to work, their children won't be able to do their job because their job will no longer be around. So a full-time working mother can build this business on a part-time basis as a way to be able to give something back to her children, or also as a way to have additional income to provide her family with a better quality of life. But what about no money? Great. If you have no money, that's why you need Validus, so you can have more money, so you can live life on your terms. You see, what does having more money allow you to do? Have better healthcare, better education, a greater quality of life. The reality is the only price that you need to pay in Validus to make more income is of your time. Learning the skills that have been provided throughout the system and applying them so you can now have more money. You see, I always say, if you're born broke, it's not your fault. But if you die broke, it is, because you had an opportunity in your lifetime to make a difference. And that's what Validus is, an opportunity of a lifetime. Now, we know there are also students, university students, that, quite busy, they're focused on exams, maybe working a part-time job to cover cost of living. Well, Validus can provide an income to relieve debt, cover the cost of their living, to enable them to even study more, to get a better quality grade in their studies. That's the beauty about Validus. It's something that works with you alongside your schedule. No experience. Here's a beautiful thing. You need no experience to be able to do this business. Just follow the system. Save yourself serious time, energy, and money. The idea here in Validus and in network marketing is to leverage the experience of those that have already done it, so you can fast track yourself to success. It's about taking the path of least resistance. Don't make it hard on yourself. If somebody's already gone out there and done it, you can glean from their knowledge and wisdom and then just follow it. And that's a lot of the things that you're gaining throughout today's training. Business professional. Business professionals always want to diversify their income, provide more financial security, reduce their risk just in case their company was to go through a dry patch. This becomes very attractive because business professionals, one, are able to purchase an educational package that's going to give them great loyalty rewards as well as a great level of education, but they also have a network of people, maybe employees, maybe other business owners, maybe friends, family members and colleagues that they can introduce that can also benefit. And many business owners that have got involved in Validus have been able to make an incredible additional income, which has actually helped to relieve debt and struggle on their own traditional businesses. So the number one question is, does it work? Absolutely. It's already working for you. 100% of all people that are involved in Validus with an active package are earning every single week, on average 2.3% in loyalty rewards on the value of their package on a week-to-week basis. And it can go up to 3%. What else do we know? We know that Validus have been accredited by 2 companies in the United Kingdom, are Sharia compliant. We also know that Validus in its first year of operation had over 300,000 members. There's now over 400,000 members, did over 200 million in revenue, and been accredited as a AAA rated company according to Business for Home. It is working, but it's not only working, it's working, and it's now made Validus one of the fastest growing network marketing companies in the world. So it's working for everybody, it's working for you, and it's going to work for your entire network. So let's talk about the game plan here. See, the company building block is Jade. The ultimate goal for every new person is aim to achieve the rank of Jade as soon as possible. You see, get promoted, qualify for leadership training. When you become a Jade, you can now take advantage of the weekly leadership trainings done by corporate members such as the Vice President of Europe and the Vice President of Leadership, as well as all of the top income earners in Validus. How do you go Jade? You just need a 5,000 volume in your left team, 5,000 volume in your right team. You would have earned over $500 in your network bonuses and another $1,000 in direct sponsor volume if you were to introduce these 2 people. So that means you'd have earned up to $1,500 by just going Jade. Is that not a testimony itself? Imagine achieving Jade within your first week of being in operation. And then you can now say in your first week, you earn $1,500. That's what separates Validus from every other opportunity, is that there's life-changing income up front. So what I want you to do right now is to make your short-term why clear. You see, if you don't have a reason, you'll be here for a season. You'll give up on yourself. How many of us have already given up on ourselves at some point in our life? So make a short-term reason why. Make it clear. What is it that you want to achieve in the next 30 days, in the next 90 days? How much would you like to make? What would you like to be earning throughout your loyalty rewards? Make that goal clear. Number 2 is, if you haven't yet already, go Sapphire, become a Sapphire. But if you are a Sapphire above, aim to fulfill the requirements of Sapphire again in the next 2 weeks. 20,000 volume in your left and right team. This is going to continue to bring new life, new revenue, new earning potential to your business. Register for the next live event. You want to register for every single event in this business, because events are going to elevate your vision and eliminate any negative thoughts. And you don't only want to be attending events, but you want to be coming to events with as many guests as possible, so that they can also see the magnitude of this incredible operation. 4, plan your PBRs today. After seeing this training, now knowing how to invite, knowing the business plan, and knowing what it takes and the different categories of people you can go through, you're now fully equipped to schedule a presentation today. Schedule a presentation today. Reach out to your leader and get them to help you with that presentation if you don't yet know how to present. Presenting is simple, giving an overview of the company and allowing them to decide if they want to get involved or not. 5, register for the next international event. Our current next international event is taking place in Dubai from May the 5th to the 7th at the Coca-Cola Arena. It's VCon. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal, where you're going to see the magnitude of this operation, this company with the founders, the corporate members, the compliance team, hear news announcements, and see the foreseeable future of Validus, and understanding exactly where you're positioned and how crucial the timing is. And number 6 is creating a Sapphire factory. You see, the building block of this business is going Jade, but the production block of this business is Sapphire. You want to not only go Sapphire, but you want to produce as many Sapphires as possible. A great short-term goal would be to produce a Sapphire every single week throughout your organization. This will be putting you in a position to be earning thousands of dollars on a week-to-week basis, helping you live that life that you desire. So team roles. Understand there's you, there's your leader, and there's your guest. Super important to understand that you're going to edify, yes, edify your leader so that your guests can see the magnitude of the operation. You always want to keep inviting simple. I'll say again and again and again. It's your responsibility to give them an invitation to the presentation. Remember that. Your goal is to give them an invitation to the presentation to receive the information. We saw, we don't sell. So keep it simple. Invite, present, and they decide. You see, the process is interesting because we go from our comfort zone to the growth zone. Your comfort zone is where you feel safe and in control. But the reality is nothing good is established in the comfort zone. Everything you've ever wanted in life required you to go beyond your comfort zone. You see, after the comfort zone, you now go into fear zone. Lack of self-confidence, find excuses, affected by other people's opinions. We're all going to go through what we call the emotional roller coaster. You know, you're going to always give yourself an excuse. There's always two big challenges that you're going to face in life. Number one is yourself, and number two is other people. You're going to doubt yourself. I'm here to tell you today that you can achieve everything that you desire throughout this company. You just have to begin to believe. What is fear? It's false evidence appearing real. You need to be able to develop the mental fortitude, have a growth mentality and mindset to overcome that. You can do that by attending events, coming on calls, scheduling a meeting with your leader, or even just reading books and watching motivational and encouraging videos that's going to be able to help you to believe in yourself more. But do not be affected by other people's opinions because opinions cannot pay bills. Once you overcome this fear zone, there's a learning zone. And this is an exciting place because you're going to acquire new skills, learn how to present, learn how to launch, learn how to recruit, learn how to develop leaders, learn how to build an international enterprise. It's going to extend your comfort zone. And now what you was once afraid of, you're now going to be really comfortable with because you develop these new skills. You see, what I love about this industry is that talents cannot be transferred. But network marketing and Validus is not a talent-based business. It's not about your talent. You can be the world's best singer, you can be the world's best actor, you can be the world's best artist. It means nothing here. It is a skill-based business, and skills can be transferred if you're willing to learn. And then we have our growth zone, where you conquer your objectives, you set new goals, you live dreaming, you find purpose. And this is really when you're now in complete control of your life, living on your terms, but more importantly, inspiring other people so that they can go in and do the same. So we have multiple different events. We have a PBR, which is called a private business reception. Right? Real simple. Somebody sees the business, they can get in. Then we have what we call our personal game plan or launch session. Once somebody's in, they've got started, they bought their package, we're helping them get their people in. Then you have leadership, helping people understand how to grow. You have weekly trainings that take place on a weekly basis. Regional events, which take place every quarter in your local city, national events, which take place about twice a year, and then international events. Our next international event is taking place in Dubai, the 5th to the 7th of May. Very important to understand etiquette of events. You want to dress appropriately. When it comes to events, you want to introduce your guests, if you have any guests, to the leaders, to your uplines, to your mentors, to the speaker before the event starts, just so they know exactly who they're going to be hearing from. You want to behave professionally at these events because they are professional business and networking events. Event after event, have follow-ups as soon as possible with your guests. Don't split without follow-ups. If you invite somebody to an event, don't allow them to go home without finding out if they want to get involved. And if they do want to get involved, schedule a time for them to get started. You want to be proactive during these meetings. Interact when asked by speakers. It helps to create the right environment in the room. And finally, have your camera on. Take photos because you're going and take videos because you're going to glean so much knowledge. Timing is everything. You are currently at the right place at the right time with the right leadership, with the right people. This is a time to be able to ride the wave, to be able to make your dreams and reality become true. Always remember that in this business, we sort, we do not sell. And that is what makes Validus such a remarkable business. So always remember, register for the next event as soon as possible. For those that are based in the UK, we have a UK event taking place on March the 11th. You really want to book that event as soon as possible and aim to come to that event with as many guests as possible. And plan a personal game plan session with your leader ASAP, so they can help you go sapphire again in the next 2 weeks. On that note, hopefully this has helped you in getting started and knowing exactly how you can progress throughout this remarkable opportunity.